Hey, I'm Carter Wilde, and this is a breed breakdown. We're going to talk about Rottweilers today. And if you want to know more about Rottweilers or more about my history with Rottweilers, you can check out my other video. It's called Testimony of a Rottweiler, where I talk to a really great friend and client of mine, and we just kind of break down their specifics of their particular dogs. If you want to see other videos about dogs, you should definitely check out the other breed breakdowns and what kind of dog I should get videos. You can find out more about my experience with other dogs. So Rottweilers are incredible dogs. I have a ton of history with training them and loving them, absolutely. The things that are most relevant about these dogs, first thing, they've been around for a long time. Rottweilers have been around since, I've seen some stuff that basically ancestors of the breed or early kind of origins, like the 2nd century, which is nuts. So the dogs were like drover type dogs back then, which is kind of a, amalgamation of like old school, like herding breeds and like a little protection and different stuff like that. So it probably didn't look exactly like it looks now, but the breed has origins from a long time ago. It was recognized, probably like officially recognized in like maybe the late 1800s, early 1900s, but that doesn't really matter. That's not what a breed really is. A breed is like a particular type of characteristics that people have been breeding for a long time. So, I always like talking about hair and size first. So these are hairy dogs. You may think that they're a short-haired dog, but in reality, there's an insane amount of density to this hair. They've got an undercoat, which is kind of a fluffy, soft coat, and they've also got their top coat, which is a little bit coarser and sometimes a little bit greasy, and that keeps the dirt and the weather and things like that off of them. Even though it looks like their hair is kind of short, they are not they are a very hardy dog. They are not like a Vizsla or Pit Bull or something like that is really short hair. So they have quite a lot of hair. They're definitely durable, hardy outdoor creatures, even in the winter, stuff like that. And their size is another thing to think about. So they're going to be hairy. They're going to leave hair everywhere. Everyone I know that has a Rottweiler has hair all over the place. You're looking at size, they're big dogs, anywhere from 80 to probably the biggest ones I've seen are like 130 pounds. I think they allow, like, breed standard is like up to like 137 or something like that. That is insane. These dogs they're big. They're big dogs. One of the things you'll notice about them is that they have an enormous head. Like, I've seen dogs that literally their head is almost the size of like an 8-inch CMU cinder block. That's a big head. There are not a lot of dogs that have heads that are that big. Mastiffs and different Molosser type dogs, but that's it. So big head. They were developed for herding and cart pulling. So they have lots of prey drive, ability to run, chase, catch, kill stuff, and also strong as hell. They can literally pull a cart full of, animal carcasses or whatever it was that they were doing for butchers in the 17, 18, 1900s. And they are really durable dogs. Now, the thing is, they don't tend to last that long. The breed standard, again, average is somewhere like 8 to 10 years. I've known quite a few that have lived longer than that, probably in the 12s, but that just is, evening out the average for the dogs that die really young. So, incredible dogs. Their physicality has, in my experience, has been really impressive, and they've not had tons and tons of injuries, the ones that I've known. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the veterinary kind of information is on them, but they are, in my experience, quite healthy dogs. In terms of intelligence, I've said it before, but intelligence, not that important in dog training, as long as you've got enough. If you've got enough, that's cool. For the most part, they're smart enough, absolutely, to do pretty much anything that we need them to do, and it all comes down to motivation. Is your dog going to be motivated or not to perform the tasks? And that's up for debate. Now, big dog probably needs to eat a lot of food. Most of the Rottweilers that I've met have been pretty food motivated, so that gives us the ability to manipulate them with, with food, which is ideal. Now, they are going to be quite resilient to pressure. So they're big, strong dogs. At sometimes they were probably bred to be a little bit animal aggressive, you know, in the herding variety. So maybe like protecting their flock a little bit, or potentially doing some actual like herding type biting. But they are, you know, in my experience, pretty pain tolerant. So, you know, a regular pinch collar correction or some even electronic collar corrections don't do what you think they would do to a Rottweiler. Just not going to really phase them. So, you know, you really want to start when they're young, developing this stuff, because trying to teach a 2-year-old Rottweiler about leash pressure is tough, pain in the butt. And we've had to do that a lot too. So big, strong dog, you really want to get them in training when they're young, absolutely, and get a handle on that. Something else that I've seen a good amount of in Rottweilers is resource guarding and what we call barrier aggression. Resource guarding is just, this is my thing. I don't want to give it to you. If you come try to take my thing, I might growl, bite, snap, do something to try to get you to go away. And if I, you know, and if I get away with that, I might do it more and more and more. So resource guarding is a big problem with dogs in general, but any dog that has been bred for particular guardian breed type stuff, or you know, guard dog type stuff, then they're going to be a higher likelihood of displaying resource guarding. Then you've got barrier aggression. Barrier aggression is like dog is behind a fence. They see somebody passing by, bark, 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 bark. Person goes away. They've been now rewarded, of course, for that behavior. That's a different topic. But Rottweilers are also really easy to get to bark at things like that. So they can scare people away. Awesome guard dog, that's great. But if you have a lot of people coming over to your house, coming and going all the time, and they're barking every time like that at the front door, scaring the crap out of everybody, might not be ideal. That being said, all that stuff is manipulatable. You can train them, you can work on that stuff, you can create you know, good patterns where the dog understands that people are coming into his house and it's okay. But all in all, you are talking about a guardian breed dog, protection possible dog, and where it has the perspicacity to do protection work. And they're remarkably, you know, well-trainable dogs, I would say. You can absolutely do really cool work with them. You can see them competing in really high levels of sport. All in all, I love the dog. Again, always what you need to do, first of all, do your research, watch the rest of these videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you're gonna go meet some puppies, make sure you meet the parents. You always wanna meet the parents. You always wanna do your research on the breeder. You wanna see if they're trained, stuff like that, and know if you're really getting into something that you wanna do. Do you wanna do business with these people? If the owners of the dog are not people that you wanna do business with, don't buy the puppies. Simple as that. All right, like this video, subscribe for more content. Catch you guys later.